Welcome to part 2 of the weight loss challenge with high dosages of melatonin. As we discussed in part 1 already, Dr. Edinger claims that in his clinic in Germany everyone loses weight on 300 milligrams of melatonin. This is certainly an observation and not a randomized controlled study. We promised you to show you studies that backs up his claims. In the following we will show you a study with rats, published by Wiley Online Library. This study is a randomized controlled study. Effect of melatonin on visceral fat deposition, lipid metabolism, and hepatic lipometabolic gene expression in male rats. First published, January 23, 2021. Melatonin, MT, influences lipid metabolism in animals. However, the mechanistic effect of melatonin on liver fat and abdominal adipose deposition requires further clarity. In order to study the effects of melatonin on lipid metabolism, and hepatic fat and abdominal adipose deposition in animals, 20 Sprague, Dolly, St. rats of 6 weeks of age with similar body weight were randomly divided into two groups. The control group and melatonin treated, they got 10 milligrams melatonin per kilogram body weight per day. During a 60-day experiment, food intake and body weight were measured daily and weekly respectively. At the end of treatment, blood samples were collected to collect plasma to quantify hormones and metabolic indicators of lipid metabolism. The results showed that liver weight and index, ratio of liver weight to body weight, in the melatonin group reduced by 20.69% and 9.63% respectively. Omentum weight and index reduced by 59.88% and 54.93% respectively, and epididymal fat weight reduced by 45.34% relative to the control group. Plasmolipid indices, triglyceride, high-density lipoprotein, HDL, low-density lipoprotein, LDL, and total cholesterol, TC, with melatonin treatment decreased significantly compared with the control. Fat and 8-LCFA content in liver in melatonin group also decreased. Gene chip and qPCR demonstrated that there were 289 genes upregulated and 293 genes downregulated by melatonin. This study concluded that melatonin greatly affected fat deposition, and hepatic LCFA supply and the expression of genes associated with lipogenesis and lipolysis. Here you will find all the data from this study on one single page. If you look at the numbers, there is a dramatic weight and fat loss. You might find interesting that those rats got only about 3 times the amount of melatonin as recommended by Dr. Edinger. Please take your time and study it for yourself. You can find a link to the entire study in the description below. The takeaway of this small randomized study with rats. There seems to be a tremendous fat loss across the board, when we look at these numbers. But when I looked a little closer, it was not the weight and fat loss that surprised me the most, but two things. Firstly, the liver weight loss as well as the dramatic liver index improvement. Whatever your liver problem is, the index you want to improve. Could this be a perfect remedy for fatty liver? I leave that to you. Secondly, the significant decrease in triglycerides and total cholesterol. Could this be very good news for our heart? If this is the case, then we have with melatonin something for cancer, looks promising for prevention as well as for healing, according to the NIH. Heart disease, this is also listed by the NIH, next to cancer and Alzheimer's, C101healthspan.com. Mortality rates worldwide. Number 1, heart failure. Number 2, cancer. Can high dosages of melatonin help with both?